Hello everyone. Let us read out today's thought. The richest wealth is wisdom. The strongest weapon is patience. The best security is faith. The greatest tonic is laughter. And surprisingly, all are free. Children, we should acquire these qualities: wisdom, patience, faith. Isn't it? Because all are free. And you all know that laughter is the best remedy for all types of stress and anxiety. So always be happy. Let us proceed further. Today we are going to start new chapter, carbon an important element. If we see the chapter's name, it says carbon an important element. You might wonder, out of 118 elements, why are we focusing on carbon only? The answer lies in the fact that carbon compounds are found everywhere, like paints, polymers, medicines, plastics, cotton, wool, coal, and other products like natural gas, oils, etc. All carbon compounds, isn't it? All are carbon compounds. It would not be wrong if we say that carbon is a vital element found in all living beings as well. All of our DNA molecules, lipids, carbohydrates, proteins, everything has one element common in them, and that is carbon. For a long time, chemists felt that carbon compounds are obtained from nature only, that is from plants and animals. We will not able to prepare them synthetically in lab, but the German chemist Wohler synthesized an organic compound urea from an inorganic compound ammonium cyanate. Ever since then, many organic compounds have been made from inorganic compounds. Carbon was found to be the main element in all these compounds. The study of carbon compounds constitute organic chemistry, which is the separate branch of chemistry. Let us discuss few questions. What is an element? What are the different types of elements? Substance whose molecules are made up of one or more identical atoms is called an element. Elements are generally classified into three groups: metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Gold, silver, copper, tin, all are metals. Carbon, sulfur, phosphorus are examples of non-metals. Silicon, germanium come under the category of metalloids. Children, you all have studied these metals, non-metals in previous standard, and you know the difference between metals and non-metals, isn't it? What remains behind on complete combustion of any organic compound? Any organic compound on complete combustion produces carbon dioxide, CO2, and water. However, in limited supply of air, organic compounds undergo incomplete combustion and a black residue remains behind. What type of element is carbon? Give some information about it. Carbon is a non-metallic element. Carbon is found in nature in free state as well as in combined state. Diamond and graphite, they exist in nature in free state, and compounds of carbon such as petroleum, natural gas, carbon dioxide, all are exist in combined state. Chemical symbol of carbon is C. Atomic number of carbon is 6 and atomic mass number is 12 Dalton. Electron configuration is 2, 4. 2 electrons are present in K shell and 4 electrons are present in L shell. Valency of carbon is 4. It exhibits allotropy. We will study about allotropic forms of carbon in upcoming videos. Let us see this activity. Take some milk in an evaporating dish. Heat the evaporating dish on Bunsen burner. What remains behind at the bottom of an evaporating dish on complete evaporation of milk? On complete evaporation of milk, a charred black substance remains behind at the bottom of evaporating dish. Second activity, take small samples of sugar, wool, dry leaves, hair, seeds, split pulses and plastic in separate test tubes. Heat each test tube and observe the changes taking place in the substances. What does the black substance remaining in each test tube indicate? On heating each test tube, a black substance remains behind in each one of them indicating the presence of carbon. So, children, have you understood the activity? Activities are so simple. You can try out this at home, but under the supervision of your parents. The element carbon is available abundantly in nature and occurs in free as well as in combined state. Symbol of carbon is C, atomic number is 6, atomic mass number is 12, electron configuration is 2, 4, valency of carbon is 4 and it's a non-metallic element. If you make a list of substances or objects that you use in daily life from morning till night, and if you divide all them into these three categories, you will come to know that we use many objects like cutlery, jewelry, keys, knives, chains, boilers, taps, batteries, and all are metallic objects. Pottery, handicrafts, lamps are earthen objects. Windows, cutlery, bottle, jars are glass objects. And we use different substances like we are eating food, then uh, medicines we are taking whenever required, clothes, plastic, wooden object, chairs, tables, all these objects we are using, and we have divided them into different categories. So you will find that foodstuffs, clothes, medicine, fuels, wooden objects, etc., all have one thing in common, and that is carbon. And it is an important constituent of all these substances. What is compound? How are compounds formed? Children, do you know how compounds are formed? Compounds are formed when two or more than two elements combine chemically. Sugar, water, ammonia, carbon dioxide, all are compounds. Compounds are formed by chemical combination of two or more different chemical elements in such a way that atoms of different elements are held together by chemical bonds that are difficult to break. Compounds obtained directly or indirectly from plants and animals are called organic compounds, and compounds obtained from minerals are called inorganic compounds. All the organic compounds contain carbon. Carbon is the main element even in cellular DNA and RNA that transfer hereditary characteristics from one generation to next generation. So compounds are of two types, organic compounds and inorganic compounds. Compounds which are obtained directly or indirectly from plants and animals are called organic compounds, and the compounds which are obtained from minerals are called as inorganic compounds. Here is the diagram of DNA. our cellular DNA and RNA that transfer hereditary characteristics from one generation to another generation has carbon as an important element. Let us study now occurrence of carbon. The name carbon is derived from the Latin word carbo meaning coal. Carbon is found in nature in free as well as compound state. Carbon in the free state is found as diamond and graphite, and in combined state in the following compounds: calcium carbonate, marble, calamine that is zinc carbonate, fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. And children, do you know how fossil fuels are formed? They are formed in earth crust, and this when the plant and animal biomass get buried under the earth crust, they undergo the process of decomposition, and this process took several years, and finally fossil fuels are formed, isn't it? In the earth's crust, carbon is present to the extent of approximately 0.27% in the form of carbonate, coal, petroleum. In atmosphere, the proportion of carbon in the form of carbon dioxide is approximately 0.03%. Some types of plants which grow on the ocean floor convert carbon into calcium carbonate. So atmospheric uh, the carbon which exists in atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide has percentage 0.03%. We have seen that how carbon compounds are present as fossil fuel like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Carbohydrate, proteins, fats, they are found in both plants and animal, and they are also uh, carbon compounds. These are carbonaceous nutrients. Cotton, wool, silk are the natural fibers and which are also the compounds of carbon. Children, thus we have seen today the introduction of chapter and occurrence of carbon. We will see the properties of carbon in next video.